If you are joining our journey straight from the first part of our series about wealth, congratulations and let us welcome you back. I never saw the first one, but if the second film is anything like this, I'll be surprised. Do you sometimes notice that your peers or family members expect you to perform financially? Or maybe you've asked yourself how certain people not only become millionaires but also get to become billionaire dynasties. This video is for anyone who has thought of having a better life and in their financial life, searched for the code to great performance. I will explain where the ideas of fast growth come from, what sort of impact is critical, and why we need greater always. Prepare yourself for ideas that are definitely different and proven truths from which you can glean helpful strategies for dealing with money. Are you ready to push the financial program to the next level? Let's get started. It is fun reaching a standard where one cannot complain that he or she has no money. Keep thinking of the day when you rise from bed knowing that you no longer have to worry about life's financial needs in order to lead the kind of life that you desire. At this stage, the people will be serving not only themselves or their needs, but also their families and the entire community, making a common thing to be a source of positive change. They own the process. They sharpen themselves for effectiveness in everything they undertake in their careers. For instance, an intent of improving on one's capabilities by taking a personal development course or seeking people in the same field forms a game changer. This pressure sums up to the need to maintain this level of income can be a challenging exercise, but having thick skin becomes very useful. With such a predisposition to the abundance of challenges, one opens the door to a promising future full of opportunities. And just when one might think that is the apex, the path transverses to stages of fast growth and high impact. At this stage, individuals become overwhelmed with great opportunities through their ventures being big moneymakers while they take on the mantle of market gurus. It's a wild and tumultuous trip that is as much about the adrenaline linked with amassing wealth as it is with the burdens tied to such a pace of growth. The people who obtain this level may use new technologies and valuable approaches to increase high performance. To give specific instances, what if there is an opportunity to utilize the social media sites to increase both the size and visibility of your brand? There is so much such stamina necessary here. Diffusion is normal, but the process is more of a sequence of progressive, determined steps than a hindrance. Because these people are interested in improving their own lives, they guide others, thus setting up a good tradition of passing on the know-how. The glowing light they want for themselves is not only for their own edification, it's for the purpose of raising others along with them, preparing for a higher level of prosperity and power in the next phase of wealth. When one rises to billionaire status, the thinking process there is a drastic change from just amassing more wealth to leaving a legacy. At this stage, money is an instrument, which they use to fund projects and causes that are dear to their heart or projects that will stimulate the environment in a positive way. These high performers tend to act quietly, aware that the paradox of wealth is its strengths and weaknesses are tied to an ability to stay out of the limelight. For instance, what percentage of billionaires fund renewable energy initiatives or educational initiatives for the next generation? The expectation to maintain such a huge wealth is likely to be demanding, although they have a chance to grow into better persons by aligning their orders with the needs of the entire community. In this journey, the idea of a bright future becomes broader than just opportunistic gains. At this stage, individuals become overwhelmed with great opportunities through their ventures being big moneymakers while they take on the mantle of market gurus. It's a wild and tumultuous trip that is as much about the adrenaline linked with amassing wealth as it is with the burdens tied to such a pace of growth. The people who obtain this level may use new technologies and valuable approaches to increase high performance. To give specific instances, what if there is an opportunity to utilize the social media sites to increase both the size and visibility of your brand? There is so much such stamina necessary here. Diffusion is normal, but the process is more of a sequence of progressive, determined steps than a hindrance. Because these people are interested in improving their own lives, they guide others, thus setting up a good tradition of passing on the know-how. The glowing light they want for themselves is not only for their own edification, it's for the purpose of raising others along with them, preparing for a higher level of prosperity and power in the next phase of wealth. When one rises to billionaire status, the thinking process there is a drastic change from just amassing more wealth to leaving a legacy. At this stage, money is an instrument, which they use to fund projects and causes that are dear to their heart or projects that will stimulate the environment in a positive way. These high performers work under a certain degree of secrecy, since pure professionalism and adaptability are the key determinants of success in the world of wealth management. For instance, how many billionaires out there are investing in renewable energy or in educational projects aimed to enlighten future generations? They bore the stressing challenge of maintaining such a huge wealth, but with it comes the chance of the individuals growing to their personal best by also learning how to make important contributions to society. During this journey, the previously narrow view of the bright future, wherein everybody will be getting richer, becomes transformed into one that encompasses the welfare of people and their habitats, as well as the environment. They come to understand that their money is primed for transformation, thus kicking off conversations around the theme of impact and the idea of what their wealth might mean beyond material gain. It indicates not only the beneficiaries of any given wealth, but the effects of that wealth on neighborhoods and nature. Those people who attain higher earnings are in a position whereby they can be able to afford to contribute to society. Such realization is liberating and at the same time overwhelming, as it focuses on the accountability of effectively utilizing the resources. Those candidates who perform exceptionally well at work also often incorporate philanthropy into their work, choosing to contribute to such organizations for which they have passion for issues such as education, healthcare, and the environment. For example, most prominent business people create charities that support organizations that address important social challenges by implementing fresh ideas. This commitment to self-development not only benefits their personal brand, but it also provides protection within their people groups. Thus, investing in other people, they generate a cycle of enhancement that brings the subject a better life at all spheres for many. Surveying their accomplishments, the thought of how their riches would benefit the world outweighs pride, leading them to focus on philanthropy. And as they navigate this path, the question arises, what does it then mean to leave a mark? Most of the well-to-do individuals engage in the race to accumulate or produce more wealth without being able to satisfy their desire. This is a process that makes it possible for people to get through one financial goal only to set the stage for the next goal. Often individuals become caught up in success, having achieved such targets as a millionaire or billionaire status, and have to deal with constant processes of amelioration and enlargement of their businesses. That is why it seems to them that a better life is still somewhere ahead and the next job should be sought for. For instance, one might look at case of successful investors who seemingly are always looking for a new market or more promising startups to invest in regardless of occasional failures that these strive after. This need can be an advantage, though has a flip side of often working hard to ensure the organization offers high performance but disadvantages of early burnout. The question then arises, how do they combine goal orientation with satisfaction? In this complex tango, people find out that the ultimate joy is not in the money they are earning but in the sense they are making. In a world of wealth, competition or rivalry has been known to be fueled by the basic tendency that perceives something as rare, including for the well-off. This makes many people to begin measuring their performances with other people and end up feeling that they are not very useful even though they deliver effectively. This kind of attitude puts pressure on the business as they try to compete with the other people or organizations in an organization. For example, a small business owner may compare themselves to other successful businessmen/businesswomen and think that they are not successful enough. Such an attitude can prevent personal development, as well as reduce the satisfaction from achievements. Another thing high-paid earners should understand is that rich is not just how much you earn, but what you can do with that money. By enabling them to focus on specific individualistic gains that can be created in the society, they can protect them against the phenomenon of having worst effects of comparison. Mainly, recognizing that every person has his or her path frees a person to want a better life without becoming trapped in someone else's success story. They then move to reflecting on this evolving process, to talk about how they can search for means and ways of boosting their wealth creation process. Technology has provided new ideas in a world that is moving so fast to ensure that anybody who wants to get rich fast is able to do so by the shortest time possible. People can now enjoy having an app that will enhance their wealth creation process and cook up a definite plan with professional support. The opportunity to obtain significant amounts of information can help users make the right decision regarding investments, savings, as well as personal growth. For example, an application can take a user's expenditure and provide recommendation on how they can increase their financial proficiency in order to obtain high performance in handling one's wealth. Users may discover application features that link them to professional coaches or grant access to exclusive investment opportunities, and create the culture of persistence. It could be stressful to keep updating with the market demands, but use of technology makes it easy and will help in personal development. In this way, those human resources can be used in such a manner that a person can raise money as well as invest time in enhancing his qualifications and educational background. When they look through these outlets, they find that the way to a successful future is not just through wealth, but through connections to others and learning from others in the same boat. Before we conclude this rich experience of exploring through the domains of wealth and impact, we need to think about how you can leverage it to your. You will not be allowed to get rich by not taking certain risks. Are you ready to take the leap? So please keep in mind that this is only the second part of the posts and there is much more to discuss on the topic. Ask yourself, what measures are possible to take today so you could begin your path towards becoming a high performer and experience resilience? True transformation is inside of you, and even the most mundane activities can determine a positive outcome. Lastly, make sure to turn on the notification and subscribe to our channel to progress with us. Let us all go on this journey for a better life, where wealth is not the end but a tool to make a change. Are you in?